Special Education Services Director, Marcy Elliott. Child Find. By federal law, employees have an obligation to assist in the identification of students who may have disabilities, including students who are highly mobile students, migrant and/or homeless, have been suspended or expelled from school, suspected of being a student with a disability even though they are advancing from grade to grade, reside in district boundaries but are homeschool students, and in the care or custody of the state, DCFS, JJS, etc. Please remember to read the memorandum concerning obligations under Section 504 and Title II. Information Technology. Director of Information Technology, Melissa Richardson. Responsible use of district-issued devices. The use of district-issued devices, accounts, and district information communication systems is a privilege, not a right. The district reserves the right to take immediate action regarding activities that create security and/or safety issues for the district, students, employees, schools, network, or computer resources. Lost or stolen items due to neglect, deliberate damage, and/or incidental damage caused by neglect of district property require the completion of a damage report and may result in partial or full reimbursement to the district. Use of district-provided communication systems and devices that does not comply with the district guidelines may be considered unacceptable use of district resources and addressed in accordance with the district policy, DMA, Employee Responsible Use of Electronic Devices. Misuse may result in the restriction or cancellation of the privilege of use and may also lead to corrective discipline and/or legal action. Computer, network, and internet. Employees are required to follow district policies for information and communication systems. By using the district's network, all users have agreed to comply with district policies regardless of the physical location of the user. Users should have no expectation of privacy regarding their use of district property, network, and/or internet access or files, including email. The district reserves the right to monitor all users' online activities and access, review, copy, and store or delete any electronic communication or files and disclose them to others as the district deems necessary. The use of district-provided communication systems, including building and district-level announce lists, are provided as a resource to district employees and are to be used appropriately. Inappropriate use of network and internet. Inappropriate use of district-provided communication systems includes the transmission of messages that erode public trust in district employees or the district organization, are contrary to the interests of the district, and promote a specific professional association or a specific political party or platform. Other inappropriate activities include, but are not limited to, violating any state or federal law or municipal ordinance, such as accessing or transmitting pornography of any kind, obscene depictions, materials that encourage others to violate the law, circumventing or attempting to circumvent the district's content filtering systems, conducting for-profit business activities and/or engaging in non-government related fundraising or public relations activities such as solicitation for religious purposes or lobbying for personal political purposes, using another's account passwords or identifiers, or interfering with others' users' ability to access their accounts, accessing, transmitting, or downloading large files in a way that will inhibit use or affect the performance of district information and communication. If you are uncertain about whether a particular use or activity is responsible or appropriate, please consult with your principal. Software purchasing. Software or apps for use on the district network or with students require prior approval by the Information Technology Department. Software and apps for individual use may be purchased and installed by users as long as they do not violate responsible use agreement expectations. Purchased software and apps cannot inhibit the use of information and communication systems. They must comply with all aspects of district policy. Data privacy agreements. Logan City School District employees must ensure that all software, apps, websites, and programs used in their schools and classrooms meet district policy and Utah state law concerning student data privacy. Any software, app, website, or program that shares student data must have a signed, legally binding data privacy agreement in place with the district before use. A library of approved programs can be viewed on the district website, and you may request access to a new program by submitting a help desk request for review. Business Department. Business Administrator, Jeff Barbin. Cash handling. Monies that support public education are public funds. Policies and procedures exist to ensure that the handling of public funds promotes both public trust and the effective management of the funds. These policies and procedures include: all staff shall comply with all applicable state and federal laws and district policies and procedures for the handling of cash receipts. Employees shall not open bank accounts or charge accounts outside of the control of the district for the receiving or expending of public funds associated with district-sponsored activities, including Venmo accounts. All funds, cash, checks, credit cards, etc., should be immediately receipted. All receipting of funds should be done in an approved location through the assigned school secretary and be secured at all times. No receipting should take place in the classroom or in unapproved off-site locations. Checks for school activities should not be made payable to an employee, a specific department, or a program, and school funds should never be commingled with an employee's personal funds. Employees should never create a situation where they are personally reimbursed by students for school-related expenses the employee has incurred. Advertising private services or activities. Advertising of private services or activities must comply with provisions in state law and district policy, including advertisements may not use the school district's name, and advertisements must state that activity is not sponsored by the school district. Employees must provide a copy of any contract with activity sponsors to their principal or the superintendent. Health precautions. One health precaution of critical importance for educators is the handling of blood or other bodily fluids, which are to be handled as if contaminated by a blood-borne pathogen. Under circumstances in which differentiation between body fluid types is difficult or impossible to determine, all body fluids shall be considered potentially infectious materials. To limit exposure to contaminated blood-borne pathogens, educators follow these standard precautions. Practice good hand washing. Use personal protective equipment, gloves, band-aids, antiseptic wipes, etc. Do not recap needles. Place broken glass and needles in a sharps container. Clean and decontaminate work surfaces and equipment using appropriate disinfectant available from your building custodian, and avoid eating, drinking, applying cosmetics, or inserting contact lenses where exposures may occur. Questions about other health precautions or nursing-related issues may be addressed with the district nurse, Kelly Hansen. Thank you for your careful attention to the information contained in the presentations for this review. Please let your principal know if you have questions or need additional information. Best wishes for a successful school year.